What's up? This is going to be a video lesson on playing the song Learn How to Love You by the Tedeschi Trucks Band. It's my first video lesson, so bear with me. Let's get right into it. Alright, so 3 points before you start playing the song. 1, the rhythm is the most important part of the song, so you got to keep your time right. If you don't, it's going to sound choppy and beat, and it's not going to sound good. 2, along with that rhythm thing, is to lose your pick. The pick's only going to slow you down on this song. Derek plays only with his hand anyway. He used to play with a pick whenever he was young, but that was like 12, 14. Now it's all hands. So, and he does that because he keeps the rhythm with his thumb. And I'll show you what I mean whenever we get into it. 3rd, squashing all the questions about tunings. Derek only plays in open tunings. He only plays in open E. On this album, he decided to use different tunings. This song is in open D tuning, which is essentially just open E, just down, to the next note. Well, not note, So it's just down, it's a whole step. Yeah, so that tuning sounds like this. Oh, a note on the sound. This is just a laptop and a, practice amp, so the sound's going to be bad. This isn't about the performance, we're just trying to learn the song here. So I'll tell you most of what I can. D at the low. A, D, F sharp, A, D. Alright, so that's the tuning that Derek uses, and that's the tuning I'll be using for this tutorial as well. Alright, so let's get into the song. Alright, so I broke the song down into 4 parts: riff, bridge, vocal solo, and other bridge. Okay, I'm just going to show you how they play. My rhythm might be a tad off, or my timing might be off, so just play along with the song with these forms, and you'll get the song down within, 10 minutes. Alright, so let's start with the riff. It's the most recognizable, also the most difficult. Alright, we start with the G and the B strings. I'm going to refer to the strings by their standard tuning names. Okay, so G and B at the 5th fret, then down to the 3rd. Now this next part is a little trick that I only picked up whenever I actually watched him playing it. What that note is that's the D string at the 3rd fret, and then 0, or open. So we got 3, we got G and B at the 5th, then at the 3rd, then we got just the D at the 3rd, and then open. Alright, now this next part is why I say to get rid of the pick, because we're going to start hitting the bass notes with the riff. And I go all the way down to that low D, or the E string, but it's tuned down to a D now, so the low D here. And then the next part is I'll hit the E and the B strings open to get the full D sound. So what we got now is, and that's what I'm saying about the rhythm. That rhythm all is steady. And that pop kind of hits on the sync, it adds to the syncopation of the riff. Alright, so that's where we're at right now. Now the next part is I double hit the bass. Once again, keeping the rhythm. slide there is just on the A and D strings, and it goes from 3 to 5 to 3 to open. So it goes slide up to the 5th, hit the 3, let it go. So now we got our full riff. And there you go. That's your riff there. A note on the verses, all he really does is let the D kind of drone out. You'll hear him doing this every now and again. You know, little stuff like that. And if you keep the timing right, you can add those in as you want. And that's all he does for the verses. Now the next part is that bridge, which can happen there, or it can happen here. I like to do up here because it doesn't sound as slinky. So up here, it actually is the B in the D strings. Okay, so B at the 12th fret, D at the 10th. Okay, and then you just walk it down fret by fret, 2 frets down. So your B is going to end up on 10, and your D is going to end up on 8. Then we go to our vocal solo. Now this solo part is really all about your phrasing. Okay, so you want to make your actual guitar sound like a voice as much as possible. I mean, Derek, whenever he wants to make it sound like a voice, he uses this, you know, but for right now, we're just going to play with just our fingers, so. Alright, so there it is. What I'm doing there is I'm playing the D. Well, just a quick note also, if you're really getting into the song, that can happen a couple different places. There's one spot. It could also happen up here. And you'll hear Derek actually do this on the live version. He goes up here. But for right now, you can figure that out on your own. For right now, this is just this part right here. Okay? So we're doing the D and the G strings. We're going to start at the 12th fret on the D string. Then we go to the G string on the 11th, then the 13th, then a quarter bend, then back to the 13th, 11th. You know, there's a lot of numbers flying out there, but that's basically what you're doing. So 12 on the D, 11 on the G, 13 on the G, quarter bend, back down, back to 11, back to 12. Okay? Then they do the exact same thing, they just end it on the 11th fret on the G string. So the whole thing sounds like this. Then we go back into the riff. Okay? Our final part is that other weird change. I think it's a G7. I'm not sure because, you know, I don't really remember the chord names, but I know that's how he ends the song. I don't know if he goes all the way down to the 1st fret whenever he plays it in the verses or on the studio recordings, but I know he definitely at least goes down to 2. So it's your call. All you really need to know for that is the form, and then it just kind of slides down the frets. So the form is you bar the 5th fret, and then you just add your pinky on the 8th fret on the B string. So you get a 7th sound. 3 to 2 to 1. All with that same form. So you just got a bar, and then your pinky should be on the B string 3 frets up from the bar. And that's it, you know? And then from there, if you want to learn the solos and stuff, you're basically just working in the D pentatonic. You know, that's all he's doing. If you want to do the slide stuff, there's that stuff in there too. So there's your first lesson on Learn How to Love You. Let me know if I made any mistakes somewhere or have any comments. Let me know.